It's Week 5 of the National Football League. All eyes are on Jamar Chase. Big plays follow him around. He comes in second in the NFL in receiving yards. It's the Bengals and the Ravens, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
It is time for football as we welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Greg, wild first month of the calendar in the NFL. Had some great games, some finishes that were pretty special, the usual surprises. Now, we hit October, and like you say, this is where the season really gets going.
Yeah, doesn't it just feel like on the NFL calendar, every month kind of has its own vibe, right? It's September, we're just starting to figure...
The perennial Pro Bowler, Justin Tucker, has it on the tee. And off we go here in Cincinnati. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Bengals offense comes out led by their quarterback, Joe Burrow. Can they keep him healthy? Because when he's good, he's so good. Won the Heisman during his days at LSU. Took this team to the Super Bowl. Now, Greg, year 5 for Burrow with the Bengals.
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike, and I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice. Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically, but they got the win. If he can continue to play that style of ball, it's going to be a tough group to match up with.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Gonna get that complete to Jamar Chase. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's second and 2. They go play action for Burrow. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete. T. Higgins, the intended receiver on that one. And it's going to be third down. To throw is Burrow. He's got an open receiver. It's Irwin.
Well, I think it's pretty clear what the week's plan was, and that was to get the quarterback in a rhythm right out of the gate. You got to imagine as the game unfolds, they'll sprinkle in some runs. But so far, it's been their passing game to get this game started, and that last one results in a first down.
To the left side, caught by Chase. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Now, pause here. Injured player. It's Jamar Chase, who's in some discomfort. He'll come to the line now on second and 2. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. And think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
They can still get a first down at the 1. First and 10, they go from the 11. Working out of the gun, Burrow. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Burrow fires quick to Higgins. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. 9th play of this opening drive, trying to keep it going here on third down. Burrow from out of the gun here on third down. It is brought in the end zone. T. Higgins. Touchdown, Cincinnati. It's his 3rd touchdown on the year. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. Justice Hill to return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Ravens led out by the reigning MVP of the National Football League, Lamar Jackson, already season 7. Greg, he's won a couple of MVPs, and he's as talented as we see in the league.
Last week was kind of an interesting game for this quarterback, Mike. I mean, somebody who takes such great pride in his ability to win with his arm. He found a ton of success on the ground last week, and his ability to cross the goal line on 3 different occasions went a long way towards securing that win. I wouldn't be surprised if he continues to call his own number if those opportunities continue to present themselves. So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
A gain of 15. First down, Baltimore.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Aguilar goes off in motion. Off the play fake. Jackson. That was not what they were hoping for. He's going to go out of bounds behind the line. A loss on that one. 2nd and 11. On play action, here's Jackson. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
What really stood out about that last play is the job the quarterback did keeping his eyes downfield despite the pocket collapsing around him. He was able to shake off that first guy, but by the time he did, allowed the rest of that rush to get home, and they were able to clean things up. Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up, and they fail through the air, and they're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. A first down throw for Burrow. To the middle of the field, caught by Higgins. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5.
2nd and 5 at the 23-yard line.
To throw is Burrow. That's to the 3rd-round pick. It's Jermaine Burton. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down. Now, Burrow. His pass right side, and Higgins has the catch. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. A couple of first downs to start this drive. They're 1st and 10, up at the 42. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
Taking off, he'll try to get there. They get the conversion in a big way. That's good for 29 yards.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life, his speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on a big scramble. He's able to pick up the first down and keep the drive alive.
Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. That's to his big tight end, Gesicki. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. A carry here for Brown. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Throwing is Burrow. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. 4th down, and the Bengals will bring in Evan McPherson for the field goal try. This one from 41 yards out. McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals will extend to a 10-0 lead. McPherson now, after making the field goal, is set to kick this one off. Here comes Hill on the return. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Now Lamar gonna hang on to it. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short game.
Zay Flowers, the intended receiver, and it's going to be 4th down.
Well, we sit up here all the time and we try to break down why certain plays work or don't work. Well, this one's not real tricky. I mean, he just simply needs to catch the ball. I mean, that close to the 1st down chain, if he just catches that ball and turns upfield, they extend this drive. He's got to come over to the sideline, take a deep breath, tell his guys, hey, man, that's on me. And he's got to go out and make that next play because his team's going to need him to play better as the rest of this game continues.
On 1st and 10, Burrow. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
I think they're going to have to be more creative here on the back end with the types of coverages they show this quarterback. Change the look pre-snap to post-snap. Mix in zone, mix in man. They got to make it more challenging on the quarterback going forward.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Play action now. It's Burrow. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Burrow. You'll find Brown out of the backfield. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. Now Brown. It's a gain of 10 yards. It's a Cincinnati 1st down.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
This one, downfield, taken in by Higgins. Into the end zone. T. Higgins. Touchdown, Bengals. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. He's doubled his season output. He now has 4. What an opening quarter he is having. Greg, that is 2 touchdown receptions here in the first quarter.
Mike, all this guy has to do is keep this pace up, and he's going to have himself 8 touchdowns. But in all seriousness, if I'm this quarterback, I'm not looking anywhere else until this defense proves they have an answer. Because right now, they don't have one.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. Here comes Hill on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. Lamar going to work from the pistol. To the tight end, Likely. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Here's Lamar. He'll keep it on the zone read. And he'll be stopped at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call.
Still 2nd down.
Bateman is the motion man. They'll run out of the gun with Henry. He'll work forward for a couple. Jermaine Pratt up to make the stop. 3rd and long.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. It's the Bengals on top. Greg and I back here in Cincinnati after this. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. That is incomplete, but there is a flag down. Big call here. It was 3rd down. Here's Jordan Stout now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. The Bengals offense and T. Higgins set to take over once more. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in the first half, it's resulted in a big play that is borne out by those eye-popping numbers. This one complete to Higgins. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 40-yard line.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Taken in by Gesicki. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Now, Burrow. Over the middle, that's Burton. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Ravens' 47-yard line.
Here's Brown. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
It's a loss of 1.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the 1st down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 4th and 1.
On 4th down, they'll call on Brad Robbins here to punt. Tylan Wallace deep for Baltimore. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Ravens offense ready to get back at it. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. It's a zone read, and Jackson's going to keep it. Changing direction there as he's able to pick up 3.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You could see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
Aguilar goes off in motion. Play action now. Jackson. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down. Oh, goodness. After the play, that's Lamar having some difficulties down there. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Throwing now on 3rd and long. And he's got it to Flowers for the connection. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Throwing now on 1st and 10. There's a short one caught by Andrews. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Automatic 1st down.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Aguilar goes off in motion. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That's caught. Derrick Henry. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. In motion comes Andrews. They'll look to throw again. There's the veteran tight end, Andrews. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Ravens.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He finds Likely, his tight end.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield. It is 3rd and 10. He'll drop to throw. He'll try and get there on the ground. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
And that's a pretty good effort here on 3rd and long. He had nowhere to go down the field. The defense is playing real soft. He pulls it down and did all he could, but he's still going to end up being short of the 1st down.
It's the tight end Likely in motion. They'll run for it with Henry. And he's going to have the Ravens 1st down by a good couple of yards as they get 3 on 4th and inches.
And the Ravens 1st down.
They'll motion over Flowers. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. And the Ravens are going to have a first and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins. And it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline. So as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
And nothing develops there. It'll stay right at the 5-yard line. No gain on that one.
At the 5-yard line.
It's the tight end Likely in motion. On the option, they give it to Henry. And this one's blown up. It's back at the 5-yard line now.
And now with that stop on second and goal, the defense really flips the advantage to their own favor. Third and goal from this length. I think now they can play a lot more pass-heavy defense and not be so concerned with the run game.
And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future. Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Out comes Joe Burrow and the Bengals offense to take over once more. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. A first down throw for Burrow. He keeps it himself. And Burrow not going to take any chances. Slides to a stop after picking up the first down. 13 yards on that one. Move the sticks. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Gesicki, the man in motion. On first down, Burrow. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. They'll run here with Brown. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard. They come to the line needing 11 here on third down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. This one complete right side. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. Here's Brad Robbins now, and he'll be looking for something better after that poor first punt. And a pretty good punt there. The fair catch taken right around the 11-yard line. The Ravens offense getting set to get back to work. They'll begin with first down from their own 11. They'll motion over Flowers. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Open man is Bateman. He's got him. 16 yards on the game and a quick first down.
There's a reason certain guys, Mike, just always seem to be open. It's really because route running is more art than it is science. How do you manipulate the defense to find open spots or win versus man to create separation and earn the trust of your quarterback?
Now some movement up front. Flags down. Mistake-filled first half continues. On the RPO, a throw to Flowers.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
He'll find Aguilar, complete. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier.
The Bengals offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Burrow. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterback's lucky on that one, Mike, that ball ended up just harmlessly falling to the ground. It was that initial pressure that got to him that forced the errant throw, and fortunately for this offense, that ball didn't end up going the other way.
To the middle of the field, caught by Higgins. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Now the Bengals are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll talk things over before third down. Burrow from out of the gun here on third down. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
Really just comes down to everybody understanding the situation. You realize, how many yards do I need to get for the first down? And just make sure at least one of my receivers is past the sticks. That's where he went with the ball, and they're able to convert.
A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. To throw is Burrow. They'll set up the screen to Brown. They'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Now timeout Cincinnati. That's their 2nd, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Here's Burrow. That's into the hands of Gesicki. He's got it. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8. So now the Bengals use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go until halftime. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Burrow to throw. That's to the right side for Burton. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half. So now they'll send out Evan McPherson for this field goal try. This one from 54 yards out. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. So halftime here in Cincinnati, and the Bengals are on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. John Wolford, a touchdown pass in the victory. Next, we head up to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And it was the visiting Carolina Panthers who were victorious in that one. Jonathan Brooks, over 100 yards rushing with a touchdown run. The Bengals got a strong performance in that first half by Joey B. Their quarterback, Joe Burrow. He came out of the gate smoking hot with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes to help steer his guys towards this halftime lead. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Here comes Hill on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. It's the tight end Likely in motion. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And he'll take this to about the 28. Jermaine Pratt up to make the stop. 2nd down and 8. Now they'll set up to throw. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Back to throw. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Ravens sending the punt team out there. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Bengals offense and Joe Burrow set to take over again. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. 1st and 10. Burrow. A throw on the move is caught.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
He'll air one out for Higgins. That is brought in. And they take him down. Big pickup through the air, but there is a flag on the field. Will this stand? On the ground, it's Brown. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to 3rd down.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 14.
Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Infraction, defense. Still 3rd down.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He's got an open receiver. It's Irwin. Gain of 16 for the man who wears 16. And a 1st down.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
Burrow now to throw on 1st down. There's that man again. Another catch. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Nice play there by T. Higgins. And when you think, Mike, back to 2023, he's only able to play 12 games. Still had just under 700 yards and 5 touchdowns. The hope in Cincinnati is when this guy is healthy, they have themselves a bona fide superstar at the wide receiver position.
It's 2nd and 8.
Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Encroachment, defense. Still 2nd down.
Burrow here on 2nd down. Ho-ho! And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
That's another Bengals 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 22.
Back to throw, Burrow. He's got it at the 7. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line. From the 1-yard line, 1st down and goal.
At the 1-yard line.
Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to
Zone
jump?
infraction, defense.
So now then, 1st and goal from the 1. Back to the ground after the penalty. No, he's not going to get in. In fact, they've shoved him backwards.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Looking for that final yard. It's 3rd and goal. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Chase Brown. Touchdown, Cincinnati. So on 3rd and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down. Taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, and when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
The kick is good.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. Here comes Hill on the return. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The visitors' offense starting to trot out for this next possession. Before this next drive gets started, I want to tell you what's coming up in primetime here in Week 5. First week of October. Starts tonight with Sunday Night Football. Memories of the 70s sure to come to mind as the Cowboys and Steelers meet. It's in Pittsburgh at 8:20 Eastern. Followed tomorrow by Monday Night Football. It's the Saints against the champion Chiefs at Arrowhead. In motion comes Andrews. From out of the gun, he'll throw. He runs with it. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
And he'll manage to work this forward to the 37. Jermaine Pratt up to make the stop. Here's 2nd and 9.
At the 37-yard line.
In motion comes Andrews. Now this time they'll look to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Ravens bring their punt team out as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Bengals offense ready to see what they can do. As we look back at some of the highlights of this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
And that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Ball start, offense.
That one's on Orlando Brown Jr. Second down, Burrow. He's going to run it. And he's going to slide to a stop and avoid the contact. But since he started there, he's still shy of the first down. 3rd and a yard. Burrow. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. The Bengals ready to punt this one away. This kick hangs up, and a fair catch will be taken beyond the 35-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to get back at it. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Pistol give to Henry. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
And they'll stop it. At least it's an improvement over the last play. They're not losing yardage, but it didn't gain any here. And now it's going to be 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. That ball is caught on the sideline and both feet in bounds. A big 3rd down pickup for a 1st down.
17 yards. And the Ravens 1st down.
Bateman is the motion man. A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
Good decision by the quarterback. In this situation, all you're looking to do is have a positive play. He decides to pull it, and that's exactly what he's able to do.
Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Automatic 1st down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll work straight ahead with Henry. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
They'll go again here with Henry. And he's going to bring this one close to a 1st down. Looks like they'll mark him just a yard short. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Now someone up front moves early. Can't continue to make these mistakes if you're trying to mount a big comeback. So instead of 3rd and short, it's now 3rd and 6. Bateman is the motion man. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. The pressure gets there. He'll go down. There's a penalty flag down as well. This could very well be a hold. Out is Justin Tucker to try the field goal. Spotted at the 45. This is a 55-yard attempt. And that is no good. He missed it. Everything's going wrong. Unable to cut into this big deficit. On 1st and 10, Burrow. That one incomplete.
I'm not sure if it's this big lead or if it's just this second half pressure getting to him, but that's just a careless throw by the quarterback. And don't let this lead fool you. Throws like that can change this game in an instant. And this defense knows they gave him one and they let him off the hook.
3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. The Bengals out and ready to punt. Oh, he shanked it. Headed straight for the sideline.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
On 1st down, they'll start the drive with Henry. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
He's brought down at the 31. 4 yards on the pickup.
So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 6. It's the tight end Likely in motion. They'll look to throw. Now he takes off.
These are the plays that just drive the defensive coordinator crazy, Mike. You do everything right, but you don't account for the quarterback scrambling. He's able to get out of the pocket and gain enough for a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. Now a flag comes in. It was thrown by the umpire. The pickup is 4, but usually that's a holding penalty. In motion comes Andrews. He'll look to throw. There's a short one caught by Andrews. And that'll help a bit. They're still well short of the sticks. A solid pickup on that 1st down play. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
And the question surrounding Jenkins has always been coming out of college, Mike, is what was the reason for the inconsistent production? Because the physical qualities are there. He's powerful. He plays with great effort. As he continues to develop in this Cincinnati Bengals system, they can see some flashes right here of a guy that they're real high on.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Here comes the blitz. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. One of his teammates there to take it back in.
So even though they avoid the turnover, this is still a play that they're going to coach hard off of. They're going to bring guys into the meeting room next week and say, hey, guys, we're not always going to be so fortunate. The ball is not always going to bounce our way. Anybody who handles the ball from the center to the quarterback to any of the ball carriers, the most important aspect of team offense is protecting the ball at all costs.
Ball start, offense.
They get the guard, Ben Cleveland. Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that is not going to work. Incomplete, and they turn it over on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Working out of the gun, Burrow. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And he's going to be taken down.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the fourth quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. You're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
To throw is Burrow. This one caught at the 4. And they'll get this down to the 3, but no further. It'll be second and goal.
At the Ravens' 3-yard line.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll go down back at the 4-yard line.
It makes sense on second and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have third down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on third and goal.
Burrow from out of the gun here on third down. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Joe Burrow. Touchdown, Bengals. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
On is McPherson for the extra point. He's got it. And the Bengals add on to their already sizable lead. After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. Tylan Wallace now on the return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to get back to work. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 37-yard line.
In motion comes Andrews. Now they'll set up to throw. There's the veteran tight end, Andrews. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. And a Raven first down.
Back to throw. Now a screen set up for Henry. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard.
At the 46-yard line.
In motion comes Andrews. They'll look to throw yet again. A throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete. No motion over Flowers. They'll try and throw for it on 3rd and 1. And that is incomplete. After that incomplete pass, we have a player shaken up. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. They'll try to run. And he picks up the first down here. But hold on, will it stand? There's a flag on the field. The offense not coming off the field, and here's 4th down. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down. But this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Now Brown. Can he get away? No, he's taken down behind the line. Good job by the defense with a negative play.
You have to wonder if next time, does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play? It was clear before the ball was snapped. This was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
He's got an open receiver. It's Irwin. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down. Gesicki, the man in motion. Evans. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Here's Evans. With good blocking leading the way, he's got the 1st down inside the 25.
At the 22-yard line.
Burrow now. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. A run here with Evans. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Now, Burrow. He'll go right and find his running back. And he's very close to a 1st down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short. They only need a yard, and it's 4th down. Back to throw, Burrow. That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on 4th and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs. The visitors' offense about ready to take over once more. This will begin at their own 13-yard line, so work to do starting with this 1st and 10. Aguilar goes off in motion. On play action, he'll set up to throw.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out? What they teach these backs is when you catch a check down, immediately try to get vertical, try to put a hole in the defense coming to rally tackle. So give credit to the defense here. They strung this out and made him go sideways, and they forced him to go so far sideways, he went out of bounds.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And he's got it to Flowers for the connection. They get 14 on that hookup. 1st down, Baltimore. It's the tight end Likely in motion. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Taking off. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
He'll drop to throw. And that time, the pressure too much. He'll go down.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down. That's to the right side. He's got Andrews. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the 1st down. So it's 4th down. They'll call on the punt team. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. They'll send their tight end left. A 1st down throw for Burrow. Now he'll run.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Slot man in motion right. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And he'll take this up, working towards the 1st down mark. He gets 5, but is just a little short of the 1st down. So it's a win here in the jungle for the Bengals. They continue to be the hottest team in the NFL here in the first couple of months of the season as they remain unbeaten. And that'll do it for my partner Greg Oates. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Bengals as we say so long from Cincinnati.